So we have from Wendy's workshop, it becomes, what do we call this? Miles's workshop?
Yeah.
Is this your private racetrack now?
Mm-hmm.
Wow, I think you need more toys. How many cars do you have? How many cars does he have? Look at this. All right, we ready to have a race?
Yes.
Are we ready to have a race? All right, turn the booster on. This is for you, Glenn. I know you were going to come over today. This is Mark Morgan gave him some cars. Here we go. Oh, crash! Oh, get another one. Look at this. This is the one Mark Morgan gave him. Okay, the Mark Morgan mobile's coming down. Oh, Mark Morgan's overboard. Oh,
Get a power piston.
power piston. Oh, we got oh, Glenn's Kawasaki. Let's see if one of them makes it. Here, we'll put it on the other eye. Oh, Glenn's overboard. We're not having a lot of luck here. I don't know, Miles.
Well, we try these two. One of these.
Okay. Well, it's another rainy day, and maybe it hasn't stopped raining in a couple of days. I just haven't noticed because we've been working, babysitting, working, whatever. Anyway, Glenn is on his way over here, and we're going to try to get his wheels sanded out today. It's a good day to do some sanding. Now, Glenn hasn't seen the fairing yet since I put the windshield on. I think he'll be surprised. We got the two wheels. They're pretty much ready to do their couple hours of sanding here. And what we're going to try to do is all of the spots on this that are castings, like right in here, in between. This part doesn't really need a lot of work, but in here, a lot of sanding. It's just labor intensive, and it's a good thing to do on a rainy day like this. And also, Glenn has the seat cover material. I hope he doesn't forget to bring it. And I'm not sure when Vlad is going to be able to bring the decal for the Benelli, but one thing different, you can see the other day we had the baby here. Actually, the baby spent the whole weekend here, and now look at the cellar. But as soon as Glenn gets here, we'll start working on this. And the most important places to get on this is in these little corners here. And we're doing this with 400 sandpaper. I'm just getting a little start on this before Glenn gets here. It makes it real easy if you have it in a, like a wheel balancer. Now the idea is that we want to get this, we want to get all of the edges that they're nice and smooth. All of these areas that are castings, I want to get as much off. And I just wanted to get a little start on this before Glenn got here. I got this one started. If you can see this up close, it's getting this edge radius and all of these edges smooth. And when this is done, you'd be amazed once that's got, because in this case we're going to have to reprime it, paint it white, and then paint it green. By that time, all those edges should really flow nice. There'll be no little extra, like see here's the little rough spots that are starting to come through. Little spots where the paint maybe isn't totally taken off. But when we're done with this step, this will all be perfect, I think. Now, just like anything, working on a wheel, working on a gas tank, almost all of this is just labor. There's almost no money goes into this other than the paint that you have to buy. Maybe a couple of rolls of tape or whatever, but it's all hand labor. And that's what makes this a special little project. I don't know if a project is the right word, but because you're putting your heart and soul in it. It's not something you just go to the store and open up your checkbook and take out your inheritance and buy these expensive parts. In this case, you've got to make the parts. And what these wheels, if you saw them, I don't know, a week or two ago before Glenn went down to the races with Bob, these were in pretty rough shape. Well, they're not in rough shape anymore. They're going to be beautiful when they're done. But again, what the objective here is to get all the parts that are a casting to be sanded smooth enough that the final coats are clear. Will just lay down, be shiny, be smooth. And then after a ride, you just take one microfiber and wipe your wheels right off. As opposed to when they're flat black. Good luck. Anyway, I think these are kind of nice wheels. They're unusual. And we got the brake disc polished up already. And let's face the fact, it's a rainy day. These days like today, you really save a lot of money on gas. But the biggest thing here is having a wheel balancer to do this. All right, so Glenn knows this technique. We already did his Ducati wheels. He knows pretty much what we're doing here. We're using 400 sandpaper, soapy water. We want to get every edge. Again, I've already gone over this many, many times, but since this is going to be the side of the wheel that you see, the other side's going to have a disc brake. We want to get this side as nice as I possibly can. Well, we want to get everything nice, but this more than anything. Now, a lot of times if you have little fingers, you can just get your finger right in there. Sometimes if you have big fingers, you got to use a dowel or a screwdriver or something. Did you notice, if you see in here, did you notice?
Yes.
Okay, so we just lightly, the lightest little bit, if we're going to see that
just
in the ultimate
it's a
thing.
little tough because you've got the drive.
Well, this is going to be all polished. Yeah. That disc is all polished.
Yeah.
They're actually really nice wheels.
Yeah, they look good.
I can't believe from a week ago what they looked like to now. When they were sitting on my cellar floor there, I was thinking, boy, do we have a mountain to climb here.
They were in bad shape, and somebody painted them over and over and over again.
Yeah. Luciano said he didn't, but he refused to take a lie detector test. I don't think he did, but
we're gonna give him the linguini test.
Oh.
But I mean,
anyway, this is a labor of love. It's a rainy day, and the baby's not going to be here today, so we basically have until Glenn turns into a pumpkin to work on these. I'm going to help him. He brought the material over for the seat, so that'll be one of our next projects. We got, and by the way, if you buy your own seat material, there's two kinds of vinyl. But it's called stretch vinyl that you can pull and stretch, and stuff that really doesn't stretch. And if you want your little curvy girl, he's got that. And he brought me from the MotoGP some posters signed to Windy. Wow, didn't know he remembered. But here's a guy that does remember. This is a funny story too. This is Josh Hayes, of course. In '09, I went down with two other people. We went down and watched the AMA race. And I had just bought an R1, so they gave me a coupon or something to go see Josh Hayes. And I said, hey, I got an 09 R1. I said, am I going to ride as fast as you? And he said, nah, you don't have a chance. That's a true story. And who won the race? Bobier?
Bobier, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Races.
Number one. Hey, we could put number one on your thing, and we could change. All we got to do, Glenn, is get some tape in where it says Glenn Hansen, put Bobier up there.
Booby.
How do you say his name? Boubier?
Yeah, Boubier.
Oh, I have no respect today.
Doesn't matter. We could put it on there and it'll say boob.
You guys are mean. Anyway, I'll hang those posters up later. That's funny. All right, let me get the other wheel started. Let's go to work. Here we got one wheel done, and the only thing left to do here is to just clean off all the slime from our wet sand. And boy, we got quite a bit of a goop off of the wheel. You can look in the bottom of the bucket here and see what's in there. But maybe one of these days we'll get some more M600, but we get that wheel done. This one's over here is done. It's all prepped up and ready for paint. So both wheels are ready, except obviously it's still pouring out there. And what we're going to do, these are Glenn's going to give us a little hand. Bob Navola's forks that we did on a previous video. And he could buff these out and actually take it home with him, save Bob a trip down here. And we're doing just running a buffer on them. Get some of the little dust that's in there out. Boy, if this was a paintable day, those wheels would already be green.
Be done.
We sat and watched windy videos and then drank coffee instead of working on.
Don't let him know.
Shush.
Don't think we don't do any work then.
We won't put that on a video. We'll take that out. But believe me, he's a happy guy with that fairing. That's going to be one
awesome.
Beautiful job, baby.
I think Bobby's going to like these legs.
If he doesn't, we can give him his money back.
We'll double it.
Or double the price. They're going to be perfect. But we get to harass him now about riding a dirty bike, you know. He's going to...
Well, his bike's got to match these legs.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, if he starts riding around with bugs all over his face shield and stuff, we'll let him have it. Actually, even the ends of this, where you can't... I know, you can pull this off. Look how that came out, Glenn. Oh, pull that off. Oh, Bobby. Bobby.
You better get cleaning.
No
pal.
more riding a. No more.
You better get cleaning, pal.
No more riding a dirty bike.
Wow.
You want to
That's
ride with
pretty.
the A-team, you got to have that arthritis in your hands and a clean bike. See if that's cleaning up.
Oh yeah.
Cleaning up nice? Okay. Okay, we did the rough cut. Now he's doing the smooth cut. You really only have to do the side you see. The side facing the fender you're never going to see, but
The gods will know.
I'll know.
Plus, I hear Bobby's very meticulous with this bike.
Yeah, he cleans it with a mop every week. You know, he actually asked me if we use mop and glow to wax the bike.
And lemon pledge.
Bobby, they're on your case, baby. Oh, look at the work we're doing for him. Look at this. Look at his polishing. Oh my God. When he sees this. Yeah, it's gonna be nice. Boy, being a member of the A-team, we really give each other a hard time, but in the end, I don't think it's worth it.
Let's see if they're
Look at
shining
that.
up. Are they shining up at all?
Not really.
No, not yet, huh?
They better put that out on eBay. Get rid of that
That's it.
before Luciano sees it.
That's it. Go get that shitty aluminum and put it back on. Put it back.
You know, it would be a bitch. We should have polished one of his end caps and not
And
the other
made him
one.
do the other. That would just be mean.
Oh, no. No, that's coming out nice.
Yeah, it's gonna look good.
They're going to look good. I can't wait to see this on his bike. All assembled. Actually, you could take this home today and drop it off on your way back. Or tell him, come pick it up.
I'll give it to him. Yeah.
Yeah.
Closer to my house than it is.
And yeah. Just save him a trip down here. And he has to come after work anyway.
Yeah.
And there's the other Glenn Hansen work of art. Look at that. I buffed that out. Oh my God. We got one more to buff out. We got Vlad's fender wet sanded today. Oh, all we need is the decals and we're ready to go. And we got this done today. So I'd say this is pretty productive day. All right, we all done. I'll pull off all the masking tape and yeah, we get back from lunch, put these in your car and wrap them up in a rag if we got a rag.
Yep.
You got any rags? Yeah, we got to get some old blankets and
Got to
stuff.
get an old blanket and just leave it in the
Rare
trunk.
towels. These towels, boy, oh boy. You think professionals like us, we would have new towels here?
That just shows you that
These things take an ass whipping in
you
this
do
shop.
some
boy.
work. Yeah.
Yeah. If you have clean towels in your shop, means you probably didn't do too much the last week or so.
Well, Bob, I got to tell you,
Bob,
I
if you don't
saw
like that,
these.
yeah.
I saw these when we started.
Yeah, just pull it all off. You got to be careful when you don't have this tape up here. If you're holding that, the fork just slides out of your leg. Pull it right over the top.
I just
Oh, there's tape in it.
I just don't want to scuff it.
Beautiful, beautiful. A work of art.
There we go. It's like opening a Christmas present.
You bet.
Yeah, there's
Yeah,
tape.
Bob, you know who your friends are when it comes to painting your forks.
There she is.
Yep, get all that off. That's all. That's what that is. Nice. Nice.
Oops, sorry.
That didn't come out of a spray can.
No, it did not.
You just pull that off by the seal. Now there's little rubber boots that go over here. If you're helping them assemble this, the trick is with the boot, heat it and then slide it over.
Got it.
And we'll touch this little spot up here. There's a little spot.
Okay.
I'll just touch that up, no problem. Let it dry while we're out to lunch. It's on a side you don't see anyway.
How did it get
Look at
that
those
shiny?
in.
I think it,
Yeah,
Bob keeps
Bobby.
it nice. He keeps it nice.
Bobby.
That's nice.
Bobby.
Bobby.
Boy, if this bike, if he shows up at a ride, you know, and looks like he just rode through the car wash or something.
Yeah, he will. Bobby's, you know, he's
They're
meticulous.
bad mouthing you all day here. All right, you've been Bob, let's tell them like it is. You've been overhauled.
Let's hope that check doesn't bounce.
Oh, yeah, I know. That pepperoni check. Write a check on pepperoni before Luciano's birthday.
Made by Spalding. Check made by Spalding.
All right, so this is Glenn's old seat. It's got to be recovered. It's got pieces missing. This is all dried out.
It's all dry rotted.
So before we do this, what we want to do is put a little logo on a seat of which you can pick. I did all these little tests years ago. You can do solid lettering. You can do hollow lettering. You can do
green.
Oh, I know we bought, some idiot bought green thread. What's that all about? Let's see it. The RD, we had RD stuff. Yeah, we got yellow thread. I know that. Just a question of rethreading the bottom. I'm looking for this. Miles's Christmas present. Boy, the scrap bucket in this house. If only the scrap could talk. Look at this Ferrari, Luciano. Oh, pepperoni.
Glenn,
Suzuki.
Windy.
Oh
Ferrari,
my God, we got stuff.
Luciano.
But anyway, look at this and see if you come up with something. See, you can come up with something like this. That's got 500 R Brutali. This was going to be for Joe's seat.
Looks good.
1098.
Yep.
That was for you, Luciano. Pepperoni, RD. And your daughter, it's true, your daughter did love hanging at it.
She loved it.
We could put some fancy stitching on this. We could play now because we can't paint. See this? See, I even had this velour stuff. I was going to try to make a seat out of this. But then once this gets wet, it's going to be crap.
You were going to make a seat out of this?
No,
what was that?
Cover. A cover.
Oh, when you were going to do the
See,
pimp,
I did
you were going to do the pimp bike.
The pimp bike,
when you were talking about pimping your ride, you really meant it. Nice.
I wanted to make the stitching go across the RD seat to match the paint. And I bailed out on that one. I was just thinking Newark. Yeah. Not going to work. Okay, so you go through this. I'll set up the sewing machine.
Let's do it.
And let's decide what we want to do. Hit the start button. Down here, just hit start. Watch your finger. Ah, I sewed my finger to death. So we're going to see what Glenn's initial program. Let's get this out of there. Let's see what this looks like when he's done. We left too much thread hanging out, but it's not a problem. You just clip this thread off. I just watched the extreme skill that Glenn is demonstrating. Look at those computer hands go.
The foot.
Whoa, he's got the foot pedal cooking, and we got to wind the mouse up in the cage. You know why we have this big bucket of scrap here? Because we screw everything up a few times. But what we're trying to make is the letter 500R, which obviously it's on the computer screen there.
It's programmed already.
Yeah, and I haven't done this in a long time, so I've kind of forgotten how to do it. But it never stopped me before, since we're all self-taught. Now, what we might want to try, we're going to try it, is
medium.
We got the green thread here somewhere, some Kawasaki green thread, high neon color, is make the 500 out of green and then the R out of red thread. We'll find out if it's his lucky day. This is just a piece of scrap material, so we're going to try a couple of different patterns. I know your daughter really loved this. When
she loved it. She had a great time.
We used up about two pieces of material.
Her name and all kinds
of stuff.
Yeah,
we were making handkerchiefs and scarves. And... Okay, so there's the first letter. Done. It's going into the 0. All you got to do is just sit here and it runs by itself, and we'll go have coffee. See what it looks like when we get back. Okay, test number 2. Glenn's trying a different font and a smaller size. Again, you could do this infinitely because you have, I don't know how many different fonts. And you can program and put a little chip in the machine, and if you wanted to put like real Ferrari logos or something on there. Yeah, that size looks nice. Now don't forget, that's going to be in green thread. See what happened? We got a piece of thread cord here. 1 second. That's okay. You got to trim that thread at the end of it anyway. And then what I do on the back of it, I put a little bit of white glue, just to keep the thread if it does break. Because you know, if this is where you're sitting.
Right.
At some point in time, it may wear out. Is this more like the size you had in mind?
Absolutely. Okay. Yep, absolutely. Right on that hump, get it nice and centered like that.
And what we'll do is get it a little bit further back than where your rear end sits.
Yeah,
or up in the front.
Why do you think it did that? Didn't complete the thread at the bottom? Did it
I
break?
clipped it. No, I clipped it.
Ah,
We just want to get a rough look at it. I don't want to see the final product.
you know, this is perfect.
So now I'm coming up with Glenn. He's convinced we're going to go with having everything one size, the 500 and the R all the same size.
Yeah.
Okay, but then we're going to do this in green thread when we actually get to do the seat, and then this in red thread.
Yeah.
And we'll just change the thread.
Yep.
More than likely he'll be here to supervise. So
Well, it's going to look really good.
yeah, but we do have every choice in the world. So Glenn is becoming an expert at programming the machine. He's finally settled on what logo he wants. Except we want to change the thread.
Right.
Now the problem is there's a way you can have the machine stop so you can change the thread. Except we got the manual. We're going to try to do it manually.
Yeah, so we're going with the green on the 500. We'll get a little red.
And then
for
I'll get the
R.
red thread for the other one.
It's going to look like $1,000,000.
That's going to be cute. But this gives you an idea of what
Yes.
the possibilities are on
How do we
this.
slide this thing out of here?
All right, I'll
Take
get
a
it.
better
Yeah,
look
no,
at
it's no problem. I'll get it. We're going to put this away anyway. We're going to lunch.
Yes.
Now this is a picture that Glenn took. This is actually the view out the front of his house. And as you can see right next to it, Karen made an oil painting of that. And I know Vince, as an artist, will appreciate the work she put into this. And the Cardinal is a little addition. He doesn't appear in the real picture, but we're going to be surprising Glenn. He hasn't seen this yet. So, but what we did, we went out this afternoon shopping for a frame. And of course, let's see, what color she chose for the frame?
Violet.
Violet. All right. I don't know if you need 2 coats, but if you do, I'll let them dry. And then we'll put a coat of clear on this. Maybe you want to leave it dull. You don't want to have it.
I don't.
You want it shiny.
Yes.
Oh. Shiny. Shiny. Everything's got to be shiny. Anyway, we're closing out the end of this day where Karen's doing a project for Glenn. And we're all doing projects for Glenn. We got to do Glenn's seat next. And I hope if it ever stops raining, we'll get that done. I don't know if we ever will get it done, though. Anyway, all I can say here is thanks for watching.